fall. I fell in love with her instantly. She's just such a super amazing human, and just has so much wisdom. I was just really infatuated with her story and really inspired by her. And you guys, she is I'm sure you guys heard the rumors, but it's true. She is a homeschooling mama of 9, ranging from newborn to age 16. To me, that is definitely superhuman. But she's doing it, guys, and she is an emerald, and she is going to speak about it today, hopefully give us some tips on how she gets it done, because I know a lot of us, sometimes we say, I don't have the time. You guys, if she can do it, so can we, right? And I'm sure, like right now we have her for 30 minutes because she's hopping on another call at 9 o'clock. So guess what she's doing? She's time blocking, right? She's getting it done while she's nursing her baby. I mean, she's doing all the things. So proud of you, Heather. Thank you for being who you are, and welcome to Team Empower. We are based all over the place. We really are. We're North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania. Where else, guys? Texas,
Jersey.
We're all over the place. And we're excited to have you here, and just really appreciate you giving us whatever time that you have, because I know that your time is very, very valuable. So I just want to keep this really casual, guys. If you have any questions, just raise your hand and just ask away. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey with Plexus and how it started and what it looked like? You're on mute, Heather.
Is it working? Can you hear me? Okay. Thank you so much for having me on. I feel so honored to even be asked to be on here. And it's just, my goodness, can I just say something quick before I get started? One of my favorite things about Plexus is the friendships and the community. And like Yvonne and I now became super close friends, and she's a sideline, like technically a competitor. And I'm like, I can't wait to the next event till I get to hug her and see her again. And like, I love that we can do this back and forth and be friends with anyone in Plexus and help each other out. It is seriously like one of my top favorite things about this business. And I would never have gotten to where I got so quickly if it wasn't for things like this. And that's why I'm so passionate about, like, yeah, I'm willing to help anybody with the things that I've learned, because my sideline sisters did it for me. So just take advantage of that and really dig into your sideline sisters and become their friends. I feel like investing in that is a huge, huge deal. So, okay, I'll back up. So I am married. Yes, I'm a mom I gave birth to 9 kids and homeschool them. And so really, I didn't, you see stuff like this that people say, oh, they post about how they got to the top of the company and they're making money and going on trips. And I'm like, that can't actually be possible. And it sure is not going to be possible for me. Like, that would never happen to me. Never, ever, ever. Like, I'm the least likely for that to happen to. And it did. So I seriously tell anybody, if this can happen for me and my family, I promise it can happen for you. Like, I am the least likely person that this should happen for. I didn't go to college. My husband didn't go to college, and we are making a 6-figure income. Like, we're making more money than it's the biggest blessing. And now to steward it well, like, it is truly from God only. And, being faithful in what I'm doing. And so that also came, like Yvonne said, time blocking. That is huge. I have to time block. I'm not a routine person. I don't know how many of you follow the Enneagram. I'm a 7 on the Enneagram. Like, where's the next party? Where's the next fun thing? I have a really hard time sticking to a schedule, which you probably wouldn't believe that with all the kids, but schedules are like my worst enemy. And so that's become something that's very challenging. And another big part of this for me was personal development and personal growth. Like, I have come so far since I started Plexus, and it's because of that, like, being so encouraged to keep growing in personal development. So if you are brand new, go find a book, like a good John Maxwell I really recommend any book from him. But that he would be one of my top recommendations. But start reading, getting I'm a big believer too, get into the word and then do personal development. It's huge. So that's kind of got me a little bit more focused on, I got to at least time block. So time blocking is huge. So I started Plexus 3 years ago in July because I was homeschooling my kids and parenting from the couch, like for real. They were, I don't know, like looking back, I'm like, how did we survive what we survived in that period of time? And my husband was like, babe, something's got to change. This isn't going well for any of us, in like the nicest way possible on a date night. And I'm like, you need to change, or I don't know. It was so bad. But so I had been asked for 4 years prior if I would try Plexus. I'm like, nope. I'm healthy. We do all the natural things. We raised our family on a farm. Like, I do probiotics. I don't need your stuff. I'm not doing that. I didn't even listen. Like, I'd get that message and delete it, or like I wouldn't answer it. I was like, that, when you're sending messages out and people are ghosting you. Oh yeah, I did that all the time. So now I'm like, yeah, for 4 years. So finally I got to rock bottom in just our life. Like, our marriage was really falling apart, and I'm trying to homeschool these kids, and just, I was not the mom I knew God wanted me to be, and the wife I wanted to be. I just was super moody, super crabby. I didn't know I had anxiety as bad as I did till I didn't have it as bad as I did. So just all the things. And finally, I'm like, okay, let me try this. But also, we had just moved, massive life change. And there was no way we could afford it at all. And so my friend that I tried this with, she's a diamond directly above me. She was like, find 3 friends to try it with you and it'll cover your product. I'll coach you guys. I'm like, yeah, what do you want me to say? Because, I never listened to anything you ever told me about it. So I have no story and I don't know what you want me to say. I'm drinking a pink drink. Like, I don't know what that is. So I asked all my close friends, my family, everybody that I could think of. And I'm like, oh yeah, they're all going to say yes to me. Of course they will. Let me tell you, 3.5 years later, I don't have a single person on my immediate family or my husband's doing Plexus. Not one. They all said no. Everybody that I thought would say yes. So I was like, oh, I'm out. Like, I'm going to return the product before I even get the product because I can't pay for the product. So I called my upline and I was like, this is not going to work for me. Like, you told me it'd be easy. And I'm like a couple hours in and I messaged all the people that would say yes. And they said no. So she encouraged me to make a post on Facebook. And I'm like, you want me to do what on my Facebook? Like, like, I don't even, like, I'm not into lying. I'm not into selling something. Like, that is not who I am. And she's like, just tell people that you're starting it for XYZ and you want somebody to try it with you for accountability. I'm like, okay, I guess I can handle that. And then I'm going to delete the post because that's embarrassing if nobody wants to do it then. And I've already had way too much rejection in like 2 hours. So I make the post, and people that I red lighted, that I was like, popped into my mind that I was like, I should message them, but nope, because they're not going to. They were the ones that were like, yeah, I'll do it. So within 2 days, I had 6 people that tried it with me. And from that day, I have never, ever paid for my products. So my upline, like, literally did. She kept her word. She held my hand. She coached all of us. It took me, a long time to figure out how to walk alongside other people. So she just kept holding my hand. And it just started, people really started having health stories. And then that was a big deal for me. And I was like, okay, well, now I know a friend that had this story. So now I could relate to someone else. Like, no, I didn't have that story. I've never had that story. But my friend that has type 1 diabetes, she's a type 1 diabetic. Her blood sugar is like regulated from this. So I have a story I can share about my friend. And she was sharing now because it's just very obvious. Her doctor is now doing it, so one thing led to another when people were being willing to share from a point of, I want to help somebody, not I want to get a sale. I want to really help somebody. And will you trust me to try it? If you don't love it, send it back. But that's what people started doing on my team. So by November, I hit gold, and I didn't know what gold was, but I'm like, oh, I just made some money, and I earned a trip to California. That was back then. It was, if you had 6 people try this with you, you got a pair of custom Nike shoes. You get 3 people to get a pair of custom Nike shoes now. This is incredible. So I earned the custom Nike shoes. I'm all about the things because I'm not going to buy the things because we didn't have money for the things then. So this company is more generous than anything I've ever seen in my life. So I got these custom Nike shoes. We got a trip to California. We hadn't gone on vacation in like 9 years. So that was a big, huge deal. And then my husband came with, and he was like, whoa, like his eyes were opened up, and the way Plexus treats our spouses, holy cow. So he was all in. So this is November, I hit gold, and then I just kept sharing with people. And then fast forward to May, I'm still gold, which I'm like, that's fine. You know, it's paying for my products. This is awesome. I didn't really think of it anything more. And I don't know what it was, maybe like probably something I had listened to in a training. And I got really convicted that I should start asking my level ones if they would be open to sharing, because they could be getting their products paid for. And that's something I never spoke to them about. So I was like, I feel like I'm robbing them of something so big that if they wanted it, I've never shared it with them because I was scared of probably rejection again. So I reached out to every level one, even ones that had returned their product. And I was like, I don't know what a couple $100 would do for you, but would you be interested in something like that? Or even just referring me to people that you know in your network, because I have a really big goal. And they all did. Like, everybody posted that magic post for me in May. So by the end of May, I hit senior gold. In June, I hit ruby, senior ruby. In July, I hit emerald. So in 1 year, I ranked to emerald. And I'm like, just about to sapphire now. But I took a big hot minute break and wasn't working for a while there because our life went upside down again. But I know, if you have a heart to serve others and you are in it to really bless other people and to have that community and friendship, and you're passionate and you love on people, it's going to happen. And if you time block, it will happen. But that month that I went emerald, I had 6 level 1 golds that month. And from level 1 through 3, we had 33 silvers in 1 month. It was just incredible, the growth. But yeah, so I mean, you got to, when you grow like that, I mean, I grew by like 800 points in 1 month. That's a lot of people that join my team, which means you got to be there, because I've committed and I want to keep my word that I'm going to be there. I'm going to help you. Well, what does that look like? Because I have a lot of kids and we're trying to homeschool. Luckily, that was in the summer. But I really try hard to focus on what I'm doing. So like, I try to get up early in the morning, and then I can work for like 2 solid hours and not be disturbed because my kids aren't getting up at 5. Maybe people don't super enjoy messages at 5 a.m. So there's different things I can do at 5. Like, I could work my back office for a while. And then I really try to be present with my kids when I'm present with them. And I go to bed early, which is also hard because I can get stuck on my phone, but I feel like if I can get to bed at a decent time, sleep well, and start it back over. And I also try to work maybe 1 hour in the afternoon. So, I mean, when I was going emerald, it was a little bit more than 3 hours a day probably, but now I am super diligent about trying to work 5 days a week, take 2 days off, and be very, very diligent with my time when I am working. And not, you can get so much done in a half an hour, like 30 minutes, you can get a lot done. So I don't know, hopefully that kind of answered how I do things or got where I got, but I do get a lot of times, like from just people that I coach, that, I mean, everybody comes from different walks of life, different stories, all the things. And during this time, my husband, he works a lot, and then he's a police chaplain for fun on top of working all the time. So he's not here very much. I do have older kids that help me, but I think it's a choice that we can make, and mindset is a big deal. And that's why I've always been really big on personal development, because I can easily get in a road of like, oh, I have a million excuses I could make. And that's where that personal development has come in, and like, what do I really want? What is my why for behind this? And it kind of keeps me on that path to like, okay, I'm going to do the hard things and remember why I'm doing them.
Oh my gosh, Heather, I cannot wait to hear your diamond documentary, by the way. So I have a couple of questions. Do you have a body double?
A what? A body? I wish I did.
You
I mean, I'm trying to kind of make my daughter one.
All right. Yeah, I know. I see that, but I just want to clarify that for everybody. She does not have a body double. So you said you do a lot of personal development. How do you fit that in? Tell me what that looks like for you, because I can't see you sitting there reading a book.
I really love reading. Okay, like right now, I'm reading Atomic Habits. This one, so good. Second time reading it. And also, okay, here's my other favorite at the moment, The Slight Edge.
Ah, the best.
So you guys like that one? It's so good. So, well, currently it's where, oh, Kim, way to go. She's reading it too. I'm right now, it's kind of easy because I'm nursing. So you got to sit there, right? Like, not probably everyone else is doing that. But before, I just made myself do it. Like, it was either right away in the morning, there was never going to do it, or I'd try to do it at rest time when our kids rest, which doesn't always happen, like if we're out and about. But right away in the morning is when I do that. Like that's part of my, in my 2-hour time block, that's part of my 2-hour time block. And my new favorite thing to do, which I really like, I love, you guys, I have written all over my, anyway, I've written all over my books. That's how I learn. And I feel like I can apply it better if I'm like writing in my book. But sometimes it just does not work for me to sit down and read for half an hour like I would love to. So I have done a lot of Audible, and I have a speaker. So I take a shower every day. So that goes in my bathroom, and I connect it, and I can I can read my book or do personal development, either a book or a podcast when I'm getting ready. So it's just become a routine. So if I'm not going to actually sit and read, then I'm going to listen on Audible. And so there's no missing it. Like every single day I do that. And when I'm brushing my teeth, even if it's 5 minutes, like, okay, at least I got something done. I feel like that feels good to have one thing done that I was trying to do for the day.
Well, I think when you start that journey, Heather, you just crave it. Don't you
Yeah,
agree?
you do.
You need it, right? It's just like water, like you just need it.
And you wouldn't believe how many times it comes up during your day, like something I heard or read in my book, like that helped with daily life. And usually it's with parenting or even for my own self, like, oh, I got to get it together. But, you know, like something that I've read has helped me throughout my day, either parenting or with my team or somewhere in the day.
And if you're reading The Slight Edge, right, it tells you read at least 10 pages per day of a powerful personal development book. 10 pages, anybody can do that.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't take a lot of time, right?
Yeah.
But it can impact you a little bit, little by little. I am going to open this up to anybody else that has questions. I'm going to be quiet now.
Heather, thank you so much for talking to us. Anytime somebody says to us now that they don't have time, anybody that says they don't have time, I'm going to be like, listen, I have to get my girlfriend on the phone. She has 9 kids. She has like a school. Okay. Thank you so much. How many hours a week are you working now, do you think, to like maintain?
Well, you know, I'm kind of it's a really good question. I fluctuated all over the place where I've maintained my rank, not grown well, doing nothing after I hit Emerald, but I built a very, very solid team, solid team. Like I said, when I hit Emerald, I had 6 level 1 golds. So they were working. I've trained them how to work, and how to build that community. And my level 1, like my downline are good friends. Like I've really created that culture that I was talking about. So they were networking and working together when I had to take some time off, and our life was really yucky.
Awesome. Okay.
Right now, like I have a goal to hit diamond. And so I really am committed to putting in 2 hours a day. Like I want to do 2 hours a day minimum, 5 days a week. And I take 2 days off, which can be hard for me because I'm like driven right now to do it, but I know that I don't want to get burned out, and I want to love what I'm doing. So I'm trying super hard, 5 to 7 in the morning, 2 hours a day. And then
are you meeting with your team at night? Are you meeting?
We meet every Monday night, and then we have a really, really good team chat going. So then we talk through there, and then like some of my really solid leaders, we just talk throughout the day, you know, like separate chats or things like that. So it's more than that, because you know, I don't hardly count my messaging as working time, because you're checking in when I have a second. So I'm not really sure what that, and because when I have a few minutes during the day, I'll hop in my messages and do that too.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Heather, your 2 hours is not, you don't include your personal development in that 2 hours, right? That's
I do.
Extra.
I do.
You do.
I do try to, because I try to work from either 5 to 7, 5:30 to 7. I mean, that's kind of, I try to include it, but because I feel like that's part of my work, because that's a big deal to me. But sometimes, I don't know. It just depends.
It varies.
Yeah.
Heather, who's your diamond upline that inspired you and coached you?
So Wendy Larson is my direct upline. And then Kristen, it was Abart. And then Lori Welch Bradford, Amber Miller, that's my line. But Jenna Hoodala and I ran together for Emerald, and she seriously taught me, like I did these sticky note things. She taught me so much that helped me hit Emerald. I would say like a big part of that was Jenna.
What is that? What did she teach you?
She, like the thing that I think really got me there after we did the magic post was casting that vision to everybody, every level 1 through 3. And so she does a sticky note thing where she writes on a sticky note their name on the top, and then whoever has enrolled one person, or if they're brand new, like my level 1s, I did this for my level 1s, or I went through my back office, take notes, go through your back office. Anyone that has enrolled someone, for sure, if they're your level 1 through level 3, if they've enrolled one person this month, you better get a hold of them and tell them, hey, did you know if you have 2 more people, this is what you're going to make. Don't put like big fancy terms, like keep it something that's so simple and not scary. And I don't even know. I moved my sticky notes, but they're in my other room. But you keep it, you literally get your sticky note out, and then you write on the top, like, Sally is silver, which doesn't mean anything to her, but then enroll 2 or add 2 friends. This is what you make. Dollar amount, that's it. Send a picture and tell her with a voice message and say, did you know if 2 more friends use your referral link, you're going to make this much money this month? And then you send a voice message and then you connect with them. And that is what blew up my team and how we got so far so fast. You have to connect with them. So if you get all like, tell them too much with them not asking, they're going to they're not going to do that. And plus it's a lot of work for you. So you just keep it super simple. You can put their rank at the top and you believe in them. So like maybe your person that's hit gold already is enrolling. Well, then I give them a little bit more, like they're not going to hit senior gold most likely if they're not really working hard. But I'll just tell them like, I'll give a little gold I believe that they could do with the amount that they would make that month, and just keep vision casting and keep believing them. And you have a goal for them that they don't even know that you have for them until you tell, so it's all about that vision casting. It's a big deal.
Heather, Susie here. I just wanted to ask you, if you're working from 5 to 7 in the morning, when are you sending your messages to those people and vision casting? Are these people that are like, yeah, I know she's got to text me at 5 a.m. because she has all the babies, or when do you do that?
That's a good question too. I usually do that like 6:30 to 7, or there will be like maybe a day or 2 days that I'll focus on that in the afternoon. But I've never actually, now I'm probably going to have it happen. They should know I have a baby and I'm up at crazy hours, but I've never had anyone give me yucky feedback. But typically I send them messages on Facebook. I don't text a whole lot of people at that time in the morning. The people that I'm texting and having conversations with, I would do later. So I do have a chunk of time, like a few days a week in the afternoon that if those are like times where I'm coaching, and I schedule coaching calls in too. So those would be in the afternoon when the kids are taking a rest.
Anyone else?
Hi, this is Michelle. How are you? Thanks so much for coming on. Before you were talking about when you sent out back in May, you sent out a post that you were sending it out to people that you would like to be part of Plexus, but then you also asked them to refer you to other people. I think you mentioned something about they just took your post and forwarded it onto their page. Is that what they did?
Yep.
And
So
then,
it's that magic post. So I ask everybody, even if they didn't want the business, that they had returned product. And I said, would you be those people? I asked differently. And I just said, I'm working really hard for a goal. Would you be willing to help me get to your network and make a post and seriously delete it in 24 hours? Just help me, reach your network. And that was that magic post. I wanted 6 friends to try the pink drink with me. Tell me how you feel, something like that. So they would post it. They sometimes tag me, sometimes they didn't, but I asked them to tell me when they made the post and make it public. And then I had a notebook with multiple pages. I'd write their name. I would write every person down who commented that I could tell. Sometimes you can kind of tell if it's Plexus or not, but and then I begged them to get me into 3-way chats. So then they did. We would sign people up and I put them under the person who already returned product, didn't want it. Guess what? They went gold. And they're on product and they stayed on product after they returned product. So I did put them back under those people and I coached them like they were my level 1, which got kind of confusing because they're my level 2. So you have to really track that well. But it was once they made money and saw like, whoa, I just got a really big paycheck. And I actually never did try the product. I'm going to reorder because you have to order to get a paycheck. So they now had friends that were trying it. So they got really, really consistent. And I'm positive if 3 friends try it with you, you're going to have the best results ever. Cause I've seen it happen with these people that returned and they got back on. Now they love product and the one girl is a Ruby.
Thank you.
Okay, can you repeat that again? So wait, the people that returned product, you would reach out to them and say,
I'm
I'm
not
trying.
kidding. I messaged, well, here's what I did, and I hate being on the phone, hate it with a passion, but I literally called every person in my back, and I had over 100 level ones at that time, and I spent like one full day calling people, and then nobody answers the phone, so it's like, oh, thank you, Lord, and then send a voice message. So that was a little bit easier. Only a few answered, and the one answered that returned product, she was one of the first people that said yes, and she returned in 60 days, got her money back, didn't cancel her account, just got her money back. And so I was like, I'm not reaching out to her. Like, that's the one I'm just gonna go ahead and check off the list. She was the very last one, because I, definitely red lighted why I should not reach out to her. She went gold. I got a hold of her Friday night. Sunday, she was gold from that post. So she ordered, and she has like an incredible story because she started taking the product. I never coached her, and she kind of fell through the cracks in the beginning. So yeah, Plexus pays you after you return your product if you order again.
Holy moly, that's a good story. Oh
That's
my
crazy.
gosh. Wow. All right. So we just have like 2 more minutes. I think, Kim, did you have a question?
I did, but it was answered. Yeah, I just think that, you vision casted for them. And when they saw the vision, they were willing to do the things. And then you were modeling the things. Yeah, so it's almost like when I'm in the shower and I'm listening to all these things and reading these books, it was literally, you just showed how when you implement them and how you use them, they work. And, so thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome. All right, well, I better hop off, but thank you for letting me be on the
Thank
call.
you,
This
Heather.
was
You
so
are a
fun.
doll. Thank you so much, guys. If you could all just stay on for just a minute. Heather, thank you so much. I'll be in touch.
so
Thanks.
much,
Bye,
Heather.
Heather. Great
Your baby
call.
was so good. My babies were never good like that.
My gosh. I mean, but it's the ninth baby. Of course, the baby has to be good. Amy, do you want to go over anything?
The only thing I think we have so many people at 2 VIPs that just need one more, and we will have a full leaderboard by the end of the week, I have a feeling. So just keep reaching out, keep sharing that message. As she said, do not be afraid of ghosting. 4 years later, and she, 4 years of being messaged, she finally jumped on and was in Kona with all those babies. And so just keep sharing that belief in who you want to work alongside. Just keep on going. Don't quit.
And we have reset starting on Monday, you guys. So that'd be a great way to reach out to people to get that last Nike. Say, hey, do the reset before Halloween because you're going to eat. Like, why gain weight before and then gain more weight when you can lose weight and you just eat your candy and then you'll still be behind? That's how I explain it to people. Anyway, so that starts Monday and it's in the weekly schedule, but I'm going to do a post on it probably tomorrow. I'll probably do it tomorrow.
I wanted to make a joke. Kim and I would say oh, so all we need to do is have 7 or 9 kids and we'll definitely be diamond.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Rachel, start now.
I think
The shop is closed, ladies.
I think there's a lot to be said about that though, because, they're not, when you have 9 kids, you're not an excuse maker. What gets in our way is our excuses. And we do that to ourselves. I don't have time. Okay, when you have 9 kids, you find time, and whether it's how to feed all, how to change all, how to raise all. So there is no thought of, well, I don't have time to do a business too, because you're just so used to doing that. We, the ones that, we make the excuses when that's on us. I don't know. I just feel like they're the ones that shouldn't have time. but they find the time because their life is not about excuses. Their life is about getting shit done, no excuses.
Right.
We find, we have all these excuses. Meanwhile, we have all the freaking time in the world. Do you know what level of Candy Crush that I'm on? I'm not even going to tell you.
And she had such a big why too. Like I loved her why. So that's the advice also is go find somebody with 9 children because the busiest people can get shit done. That is I've always said that the busiest people that you can't think, oh, they're too busy for this. Nuh-uh, that's not true. They're the ones who get it done.
I was just gonna say, I'm the young one here, so I guess I better get started on 9 kids here. Kevin will have a heart attack.
Come on. He doesn't need to know.
Well, I'll come babysit Paula.
Look at all the godparents you have. One,
Yes.
two, you have to have more than 9. Sorry.
Oh.
All
We
of us.
all want one. We all
Paula,
get one.
he'll forgive you when you're making more than 6 figures and taking him to Hawaii. He will
That's
forgive.
true. But when she shared that with us, I mean, I just got chills for her, like so excited. And she's working for the most part 2 hours a day. Like we have got to share that with the people we have in mind. I mean, you know, put your mind to it and it can be amazing.
And she got to Emerald in 1 year with, I'm assuming, seven kids,
Mm-hmm.
7 homeschooling kids. That's insane. But it's possible. It's possible. It's probable, you know?
And
I've
listen,
never
shout out to-
been a morning person, but wow, that motivates me to really keep trying. I gotta
Yep.
get that habit. It's amazing.
Julie, do you want to talk about your thing on
Sure.
Thursday really quick since you're talking?
Sure. Yes, we have the business messenger chat at 8:30 on Thursday night. So I'm sorry, I haven't opened it yet. I will do that this evening yet. So that, and if you want to invite it, Michelle, did you get it posted on Team Empower yet?
I did it under the weekly schedule. Can you do it
Okay.
a separate post too
Sure.
tonight? Do you mind? Okay, thank
Sure,
you.
I will. That way you guys can let me know who wants in.
Perfect, thanks.
Okay.
In Monday's book club, it's the final one at 17, 18, and 19. And if y'all have read chapter 17, it is mind-blowing about talking about equanimity. It's something everybody wants and needs. So that is Monday. Anything else? All right. Well, we will reconvene next Monday. See
Hey,
everybody
wait,
in the
I
chat
have,
on Thursday.
I have one thing. I have one thing. If anybody wants to do a 1-minute video on their business end of it, I would love to add some different videos in. Please let me know, okay? You can reach me through Messenger or however. Reach out to me and let me know if you want to share your story. If you wanna
So
do a video.
guys, it's a good idea for everybody to actually do this. So have like a under 2-minute health testimony, under 2-minute opportunity video so that anytime we're doing one of these events, we're never like struggling to find these videos. Everybody should have this. Keep it, and you should always keep it under 2 minutes because then it's easily shareable. So please, just make sure you have good lighting and, you could, when I do a video, sometimes I do like 5 or 6 times before I get it right. But yeah, that would be wonderful. If you guys
If
could do
I
it.
can add on to that, right now, Julie, Kelly, Rachel, myself, Tina, we're kind of just doing them. We have the templates. I'm scheduling them. I send out a text at the beginning, the end of the month. What dates do we want to choose? Who wants the biz? Who wants the reset? Who wants the gut health? We would love to have you guys take one. The templates are made, everything is in a Word document. And we, Julie, myself, Rachel, Kelly, we will, get on the phone with you and kind of walk you through the tricks that we've learned that make it run more smoothly and send you all the videos and, we'll help you. But
Kim, you could include me now that I feel better, now that I'm good.
See,
Okay.
that's when I go, really? The one that says yes, is literally going through chemo and radiation right
No,
now.
no, but I'm good now. Just I got a little sunburn on my boobie, but I'm good. I'm ready to go. I'm ready.
But that, I mean, that's amazing. That's amazing.
No, really, because
Um,
I feel like I feel like a loser and I'm not really doing much to help you guys. And
Yeah,
I want to.
yeah, right. You're just,